Welcome everyone to Center Study of Truth. I'm Stephen Magyar. Today we'll speak about the identity, how it's important to understand who we really are, our true essence, what our true purpose. And because we live in the world today that people not understand who they really are and they identify and they put themselves labels and professions and positions that they think that this is them, but they are not understand who they really are in their true essence, what is ego is, because ego can go out of control if you not control the ego, because the ego is our identification physicality in the physical 3D world, and have false ego identification issue our world, that this kind of identity that based on name, certain profession, as well as one or another family status, or even defining your true essence as a human being. Yes, because we still live in the form of human being. Yes, we hear our identity as humans. All of us as a species. We need to understand we're not animals. We're humans in this life form are. But it's just a suit because our true essence, the spiritual essence, is the pure spirit, pure consciousness. And the ego is just help us navigate our physical identity. And this is the problem that people start to think someone they are not, and they start to be confused about who they really are, and they make false decisions that bring another chaos and things that we not want to bring to ourselves. Because if you know who you really are and you know what you need to do here, and this this is the real power, because you do your true will of your soul, of your purpose, your essence. And true self identity is the essence of your true identity, is infinite spirit that experience as a life form, so called human being in 3D reality. And ego and self identity, the ego is just a tool that help us navigate our physical vessel through the 3D world we exist in, that we know we exist in, what we see in our eyes in reality. And the ego is just simply our physical identity. So that if you know that car goes straight on you and you need to move your body because you want to survive, you want to live. Everyone want to live, everyone want to survive. No one want to suffer. So this kind of give us the ability to move forward, to move our body, to eat, to dress, to make day by day stuff. And and the ego is just a tool for physical identity. As a physical identity, will help us to orient ourselves and conduct our behavior into the physical world, such as eating, dressing, bathing, or anything also that requires your physical activation, your body. And or just you can call yourself by labels as your name. There's also the ego, because I'm Steven in this. reality, in this physical reality I identified by Stephen, in this my experience, a human experience I experience in. But I know my spiritual essence, my true spiritual essence, my true core essence of my pure consciousness, and I'm connected to. But I'm here in the feet on the ground. I know I'm a physical body, and I know I have a name because we need to navigate ourselves through names. If we want to meet each other, we want to call each other, and this make us easy lives because if we not know we not have names, so is more complicated, or whatever is will be your label or system of that we can use to identify each other in the physical world. But whatever the name is the label, and we need to understand that. That's it. We need to use it and not give it to go out of control. That think is your you is your you think your this is you your name, that you are your name. This is the problem. Not this is the issue, and we need to understand. That's it. So navigate your physical identity and facilitate communication with other living beings. This or facilitate communication with other human beings. So this help us. The ego is just a tool that help us to protect our bodies from potential harm. Example, running to another side from the danger. If something fell on you or on your body, that you could protect yourself physically, your vessel, so that you can continue to live, to survive, not to get hurt. So the ego, this is the tool. This is who we are here in physical world, in 3D world, that we want to survive. But the issue begins, as I say, when you go out of your control, that we will discuss soon in this video. And what I want to say that you need to remember all the time that your essence, okay, that remember that the core of your essence is beyond what we even can imagine and describe as a pure consciousness. And we cannot even describe it by words. Our soul is an infinite light, spirit from an infinite consciousness that inhabits a body that we identify and see as we see as our suite, yes, in the life form of a human, to experience a material 3D world plane, so that we can learn and grow from the experience. Because have a lot of misunderstanding about this, because people think they want to run away from something, and it start to be a spiritual escapism. Okay, because people think they're only want to escape to metaphysical planes, and but they think there they will grow. No, you arrive here for a reason. You're here for a reason. You incarnated here for a reason, to grow, to learn from the experience, because the best learning is from the experience. Here's the best is the best place here on earth to learn and grow here. This is the best school in the world, in the universe, that you can learn and grow your consciousness, your awareness, your soul, and collect everything together here on earth, Midgard. So the ego is, in another hand, is a tool of a physical identification that help us in our daily physical functioning. And example, as you can imagine, how hard is is a function socially without calling yourself as your name by label of your human name as me, Stephen. You are John or Jonathan or whatever you are by name. But you just it's just a name. It's just the name of your experience here. So the last question I want to ask: what happens when the ego is take over? Okay, and the important point here that you understand that the ego is not your identity, is your not your pure essence, your identity, not who you really are in your true core essence. It's just your true self identity. It's not your true self identity. It's just definition and labels of daily deeds of human experience, as for example, as a self-feeding, self-dressing. Example, you cannot feed someone else, or and not say as a baby or something, but they say no one feed you if you adult. Okay, you feed yourself, you dress yourself, you own yourself, take responsibility of your property, and you need to understand this is the ego. To understand the things and to not overwhelming the ego. This is the wisdom here, and and is kind of also caring and maintaining your body, and you feed yourself with some things that you choose to put inside your body, and the problem starts is the ego grows beyond the necessary limits that we know. Um, Example, people think they are born to be doctors. They are a doctor or a nurse or teacher or name or a father, mother, or a son or a family member, have many labels or assets and properties, and they think they are worth more than others with numbers. They think they're worth numbers. They think they are number of ID number or whatever. You think you are the ID. People not understand who they really are. They understand they are human beings live in a form of life here on earth, and they have their rights. They are human rights, natural rights, inherent in nature. And so it's caused a lot of issues as egoism, lack of consideration for others, thinking on your personal needs only and concerns, and bring only damage to your society into selfish mindset that we see today in many cases and many people. And people who are consumed by their own unleashed ego tend to suppress critical thinking, and people start to listen to their ego and not listen to their conscience and their true soul, and be there is no one who will tell me I'm wrong or I only tell right. No one will tell me if I do something wrong, because I know better. Because people with overwhelming ego, they think this is their mindset. Okay, and the reason that the person who is full of uncontrolled ego doesn't want to lose his social um, don't want to lose his social status or name, and because it required confusion, confession with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be pure honesty and pure truth. You need to be connected to truth and not listen to voice of the ego that tell you what to do. Overwhelming ego, because it can grow and grow, because it's is force that can devour and eat your soul if you cannot stop it in time to say, okay, here I'm stopping. This is not who I am. This is just identification of material, of matter, of my experience. But and I know I'm live a live human being, and I'm not a slave. I'm not a robot. I'm not a property of someone else. Understand? I own myself, and others own themselves, and I need to respect their rights. I need to respect that no one also devour my rights and hurt my rights and my body, my vessel, my property. And this is healthy ego. This is the healthy identification, healthy identity of a aware human being. And this is the hard work for some people. I understand that. And all this lead to cognitive dissonance and willful ignorance. If we let the ego out of control and let it all ourselves and from within and make the society fucked up from outside. And this is what we see today. This is what we see today, unfortunately. And sometimes it's not too shame to say I was wrong. The shame is the most lowest frequency that you feel ashamed to say something I was wrong. First of all, you need to say, okay, I was wrong. How I can fix it? Oh. And people shame to be wrong sometimes, and to be honest because of that. You cannot deal with the truth, the matter, and they prefer to lie to themselves that they is something else, that they think they're worth more than others because they have more money or there's more physical resources or whatever. And this is actually the opposite. If you're really honest with yourself and you say, okay, I was wrong, from here's the cause point that you can change a destiny in awareness. Be aware, conscience, change your destiny. And not only your destiny, you impact others the same. And to explain and to teach and to educate others, teach them who they really are. And of course, we need to learn by ourselves every day. And this kind of challenging process that can lead us for prosperity and from even can we things that we cannot even imagine to ourselves how it can be better for all of us if we go this path of to know ourselves and to be first of all honest with ourselves and deal with our shadows and do something about the freedom we want. Because all of us in the end want freedom. Even the people who want to be slaves, they want to be free also. I believe so. Because again, people lie to themselves many times. And that's it. I want to say this is what I want to think about in this video. Thank you to listen to me. Here is Steven Magyar, Center Study of Truth. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.